compression bandage, nothing to worry about.
No, nothing to worry about. This time of year, there's always stuff that's tightening up. So yeah, just recovery, being a bit more professional, extra recovery, especially this time of year. So yeah. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about.
I think it's been a few weeks since we've heard from you in this capacity. What did you take out of your experience being so close to debuting or being on the sideline as AF man in Origin?
Yeah, it was obviously a good experience for myself, and yeah, you always dream of that as a kid, and to be pretty close. We knew Bizzle was going to be good. He's a tough player, but I feel like just training with the boys, best players in the world really, and yeah, just that experience I got. It's good because now I can just take it back to clubland, and yeah, eventually, hopefully I am there eventually, and I just keep working hard for the Bulldogs, and yeah, hopefully one day that happens.
What is the number one takeaway you took out of being around the best players in the world, as you said?
Yeah, it's probably just seeing how everyone goes around their business. I think you've seen Nathan Cleary go around his business, seeing lots of players go around their business. I think that's just what I was probably more curious about, just seeing how these professional athletes, the best in the game, really go about their business, and just seeing how smart they are. And it's pretty crazy how hopefully I can pick their brains one day. And yeah, obviously I'm not a halfback, but it's pretty crazy seeing Nathan and all these other athletes go about the business.
Yeah, you someone that after training or whatever, you get in there, you're a bit, or you
Nah. I wasn't shy. I just do what I do. Yeah, I'm just be myself. Yeah, I'm not I'm not a fanboy or anything, but yeah, I was just more curious, and especially in that arena, the intensity of training and stuff like that. What the difference is between clubland, and yeah, I feel like everyone wants to play Origin, and it's the same with me. One day I do want to play Origin, and it's good just to get a little taste of it.
I know how much this club means to you, but 1995. You weren't even thought about then, but well, what do you know about it?
Yeah, well, we were speaking about this morning how they won the comp, and yeah, playing at Allianz against Manly, so it's pretty crazy. Yeah, all those players, Bar's still around the joint, and it's just good. He tells us, the best stories about back in the days, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. And for us to wear that jersey this week as well against Manly, yeah, we've been speaking about it at the start of the week, and it's pretty exciting. And it makes it a bit more tastier because we lost last year against them in the semi. So we don't forget that stuff, and I think we can't wait to play the jersey, and all the old boys will be there as well. So it'll be a good experience.
We heard Babe was saying that Bar spoke to the group this morning. What's one thing that really stood out for you?
Yeah, it's probably a bit different these days, but just how connected they were. But in terms of they'll go drink all the time, go to the pubs. Back then, it's probably normal. So all the boys were having a laugh. But I think the main takeaway was just how connected they were, and whether that's these days you can't obviously during the week. After training, go have a drink with all the boys. But I think it's more so the connection bit of it. They were so close, and you hear by one of us asked him who was your favourite player, and he actually said I can't pick one. So it's pretty crazy. How close they were, and that's I feel like you have to be that close to win a comp, because if there's any division or anything, I feel like you're not going to win it. So yeah, it was good.
If you can't go to the club these days, what do players do then to try and stay connected? Because we all have phones, and people go and play PlayStation and stuff. That's being disconnected in a way. Yeah. How do you stay connected?
Yeah, well, we're lucky. We got boys in the team who organise stuff, and whether that's lots of the boys like golf. Personally, I don't play golf, but just to be around everywhere, and whether that's sometimes we'll go meet for down the road Belmore, all of us for breakfast, lunch. So I feel like that's more so, because like you said, once you get home, you're with your family, with your kids. But I feel like if there's any way, we can connect once we get here, and then whether that's getting a bite to eat, because like you said, you can't really go to the pub these days. But yeah, whether it's golf, some of the boys love golf, so I feel like our group's pretty tight like that, and we're good like that. So yeah, like I said, you got to be close to win a comp. So yeah.
Do you feel you've got that connection with standards to win a comp?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're all close, and we're all on the same page. And yeah, like I said, I feel like the way you are off the field with these boys, it's not just it's our job. It's rugby league, and it's what we do. But I feel like it has to be more than that in a way, and I feel like that's where we're heading right now. I feel like we're so close. We've never been more connected. Everyone's on the same page. Everyone wants the same thing, and I feel like that's it's only going to get better as well.
What does the history of this club mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously I grew up a Dogs fan, and yeah, just hearing the history about it. 04, when they won then, 95. Yeah, it's just, all these players back in the days, and especially this club, I feel like speaks about history so much. So if you don't know about history, especially all the new signings that came, the first thing we done is, they sit them down and they speak about the history of the club, whether they get buy-in to speak. And I feel like it's so important because you have to know the history, and we represent a big club, and yeah, like I said, I'm a big supporter of the club before I was playing here, and yeah, it's just pretty surreal that I play here when I think about it. I was in those stands watching all these my favourite players play, and now I'm playing, and there's probably one kid there that was me, and yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Remember your first moment as a fan?
Yeah. Sorry, this is Marcelo being silly. Um, yeah, probably Josh Reynolds. I have a photo of him, and that's just it's been around now. But I remember at a footy park just seeing him, and I took a photo of him. And when he came and played 2 years ago in 23, I remember showing him that photo, and he was just freaked out. And it's pretty crazy because he said, like, I take photos with so many kids, and you just never think like there'll be one that will play. And it's like me now, and I always think about it as all these kids I take photos with, and you never know. One of them in 10 years will come up to me and probably be playing with me, and it's pretty crazy. And the impact that I can have on little kids' lives in general. Yeah, I'm in a privileged position, and I'm very grateful for that.
Speaking of having an impact on little kids' lives, I'm sure a lot of Dogs fans growing up will want to be Lachlan Galvin one day. But when you saw him throw that pass, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I was obviously happy. Yeah, he gets talked about a lot, and for a young kid, it's pretty hard. But it's a business we're in. It is what it is. But I feel like he's handled it so well, and just to see him, everyone talks as well. Like everyone thinks anyone can do it, and that's what as a teammate, as a player, everyone's saying, "Oh, anyone could have done it." But as a 19, 20-year-old to throw that pass, to want the ball in his hands on the last play, it's not easy. If it goes wrong and he doesn't get the pass, and everyone's putting on him and blaming him, you know what I mean? So I feel like to have that bravery to step up and own it, especially on the left side, because he was on the right side, he plays on the right side. So I feel like that's massive respect. And yeah, once he got the pass away, honestly, I was so happy for him. He's a good kid, and yeah, I'm honestly, I'm so happy to be playing outside of him, and yeah, I just hope he keeps going well, which I know he will, and yeah, he's a very, very, very humble kid.
What does it say about him, as you said, like his age, the big moment, and all the pressure, all the talk? It's always 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It's been about him. What does it say about him as a teenager to be able to shake all that off?
Yeah, it's his character, and it's not easy. I never copped it that young too. Some people who cop it, and yeah, like you can only imagine. And as much as you turn your phone off, you don't see it's everywhere. So it's kind of hard. And honestly, he still comes in, he works hard. Last one on the field, last one in the video, and that's the respect. I felt like when he first came here, he wanted to earn the boys' respect, and just seeing him go about his business, and it just seems like nothing phases him. And and I respect that as a player, and to come, be now the halfback of our team. Yeah, it's massive respect, and to earn the boys' respect and playing the way he is, and to own that moment specifically. Yeah, honestly, like I said, the boys respect him, and I love playing outside of him, and I just can't. He's only 19 years old. I can't wait to see where he goes.
Has he surprised you by how good he is and how much, I guess, work he does off the field as well?
Yeah, 100%. We knew he was talented. Watching him in Tigers, even when we used to verse Tigers, we always, he was probably the one that we looked at the most to try and stop. Once we stop him, lots of the shape, lots of stuff. He's just got that natural talent. I feel like he plays like the way he plays as probably a kid, where it's just whatever he sees, he goes, which you don't want to take that away from someone. I feel like someone like that who has that talent, like you just want them to play their footy. And then obviously you have little learnings on the side, which he is learning. And yeah, obviously, I just think he's just going to go up, and especially now being in the team probably consistently will help. And yeah, he's just been the biggest professional for someone that age, and he's learning a lot. And that's something I probably wish I had, but that professionalism at 19, 20. And it's good that someone that young learns it early. So yeah, I'm proud of him. Honestly, I'm happy he's at our club, and I'm happy he's going well.
Just a question about Manly. How do you stop, or how wary do you have to be of a roaming Tom Trebojevic?
Yeah, he's one of those players. He's a freak. He's a good player, and yeah, we just got to see, it's on us edges to, always ID where he is and see where he is, and we just got to stop him because some players like that just naturally, like, he works hard. He's a gun. He's strong runner. And yeah, obviously he's put in the centres now, but yeah, it doesn't stop him from roaming around. He's still roaming around, still at the back of shape. So wherever he is, we're just going to make sure that we ID it and we'll look after it.